That is the real deal.
Yeah.
I ever saw it.
Alright, should I sit down all the time?
You can
or-
sit down, yeah,
Alright.
sure.
Just make sure there's a lot of. Okay.
We can see it.
You can see it?
Come back over here so
Should
I
I-
can see a little better.
Need to
Oh my.
this way.
YouTube. Here we go. YouTube.
Just no, not the laptop. The screen needs to be tilted this way a
This
little.
way.
There you go.
Yeah, that's good.
Alright, ready?
Let her rip, James.
Alright, so let me introduce you to my intricate budgeting method. And this is by myself. And as a disclaimer, the amounts you see in this presentation are not really representative of what my actual amounts are because, you know,
Sure.
'cause I want some bit of, privacy.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
Good disclaimer.
But some amounts are really true, but not my income and
I
stuff like that.
You had that much time.
Okay, so the next slide you'll see why do I use a budget? The reason why is because first I want to have accountability. I want to have awareness of warning signs, like because I want to see if I'm going to be over my allocated budget or not because this is a really I want to have responsibility for my own actions.
I understand.
And and the second reason is because I want to achieve long term goals. Because one of my long term goals is that I want to have enough of my assets of money, cash, because I want to fund a 401k plan whenever I get a full time job. And the second reason is because of health coverage. Because as we all know, the cost of health care is rising a lot, and so I want to make sure I could afford it in the future. And the third reason is because I want to invest in long-term investments, like these stock options and all
Stocks are risky.
these. Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
What do you know
Continue.
about stocks?
and I want to remedy previous losses. In other words, I want to, in case I accrued a negative expense before, I want to compensate for it. Like when I overpay for my lunch one day, I want to compensate for it.
I see.
So, and this experience of budgeting myself actually helps me have a higher degree of work-related experience. So, I could actually could be a good practice for a future job in which I do budgetary controls. Okay, and so the breakdown of this is just a breakdown of all my assets in percentages. It's just so I must maintain this ratio at all times. That's one of my.
Why do you keep looking at Brian?
What's one of my
Brian
goals?
is his idol.
I look at everybody.
No, you don't.
And so bonds and government securities, which I own, are considered my short-term investments. So this is the graph you see. See, I want to have a 60% allocation of my checking account, 10% of my savings account. I want 15% of my savings to be in my cash, physical cash, liquid cash. 15% of what I own. Like
I understand that, but I want you to harken back to a time when we told you that you need to carry considerably less cash in your portfolio. But
I know.
okay, I just wanted to.
And so as in 10% for municipal bonds and 5% for U.S. government securities. That's the ratio I want to have from now on until the future.
I see.
So these are my types of expenses. My first common expenses, my expenditures. They are the first one is travel experience. This is the code for the account TRV,
Okay.
which is MetroCard.
Okay.
And the second is my utilities, UTL, Verizon mobile phone or cell phone bill, and such.
And Verizon
Maintenance,
supports that phone?
maintenance, MAN, lunch, vitamins, herbs, and shampoo.
And wait a minute, I thought you had another thing that you slid into maintenance.
Oh,
So
Oh, okay,
continue.
Maybe you could, yeah, maybe.
and,
Don't interrupt
another
the
line item is
presentation.
income tax, INC. And the next one is supplies, SCP, as in my pads for when I record my daily lunch budget. Right, this is my pad. This is an example of it.
That was a well-placed project.
Yeah. It's an example. There's nothing on it, but you know.
You use this?
Yeah. Yeah. And I purchase this once every 2 years.
Next.
You won't be purchasing it next time because that company burned down in
Yeah,
1995. Or whatever.
And also my folders. I keep folders at home for my records. So my other expense is clothing expense, which is my shoes, my my shirts, my
You know what
my,
clothes
yeah. And the first one is gifts to relatives.
What kind of gifts?
No.
Wafers? Crackers?
No, like
$2 and change per person?
no, like
How much did
like
you
flower,
allocate?
you know, like
Don't-
cards, for
Don't
holders.
get interrupted. Continue with your
Yeah.
presentation.
And now these are more expenses, more line items. The next one is depreciation, DAP, for computers, because sometimes my computer actually sometimes my computer parts actually wear out, so I gotta replace them. And also my bicycle repairs and etc. The next one is bad debt, BAD, and this bad because sometimes my MasterCard in the subway, sometimes it does not register. Sometimes it robs me, so I have to send a mail check to them to the MTA. So in meantime, when I don't have the money, I have to credit myself for this account because sometimes I might not receive it, so I have to put it in this account. There's always a chance I might not receive the money that I owe. And this is and also when when my check does not come in mail for like over 2 weeks, so I got debit that account too. And also entertainment costs, ENT, my monthly alcoholic beverage. That's what it entails. Entertainment.
That's the only entertainment you have?
How much gets allocated to that account?
I'll show you.
Okay.
Later. And my extraordinary item,
Extraordinary.
What the hell is extraordinary?
EXT.
Wait, it's formerly known as. Don't worry, he's got something.
This is
It's Prince.
the concert, for any concerts.
Rip.
And it concerts, EXT now. Concert, sports events, or vacation, or a date.
But you haven't done any of those things. There's a lot of money in that category, isn't it?
And these are actually some of the true and false prices.
You're at 7 minutes, by the way.
So
Oh my
the first,
God.
this is a statement, my annual budgetary expense statement.
Get your hand out of the way.
I could talk still. So
Yeah.
the first, so I divide the cost by fixed and variable costs. So my fixed costs are utilities, travel utilities, which is my budget is $1,300 for each year, and my utilities is $360. And when I have the actual that is higher than that, I call it an unfavorable expense, which is $100 over. So and my utilities, which is $360 a year, but my actually $340, that'll be a $20 favorable rating. So when I add net all these accounts, I get a $80 unfavorable amount. So that's because this amount is greater than this is less than that amount, so it's unfavorable. So the next is the variable costs, which could change at any time. It's very dynamic. It means my variable costs are maintenance.
I don't need a definition.
Maintenance, income tax, supplies, clothing, gifts, depreciation, bad debt, and entertainment. So
And these are actual costs?
no, some are made up. Most of them are made up though.
No,
Move your hand.
We wanted actuals.
Oh, you do?
We told you
Well,
that.
some are true, but clothing is true, supplies is true, income tax is true. Some mostly maintenance is not true. I don't think so. And
Jamie, if you put $1,430 into maintaining your bike this year, you got tons.
and depreciation
Throw that out
40, bad debt 250. So when I all this, some are favorable, some unfavorable. Because
I see.
so when I add them, I guess sometimes I get a 120 favorable rating. So that means I have a surplus, $120. So when all the costs are
Party
24,
tonight.
30, and 20%. So the next step I do, I transfer all these expenses into an income statement.
Oh.
I do. It's called an annual budget income statement. Which is now this is the gross income. So it's been made up $2,800.
Get your hand out of the way.
And my total expenses are $2,310 from that budget, from the expense report I just showed you. And when I subtract it, I get a $490 amount. And then I add interest income on bonds, which is $30. Then the income before extraordinary item, which is $520, and then I subtract the loss, whatever loss I get in extraordinary items or at a
What-
date.
Oh, so wait. So
Because extraordinary items always go in the income statement before the
don't
income.
ever let anyone know that they're an extraordinary item. Okay? Alright.
All right. So when I have all this, I get $320. When I do everything, it's $320 as a So that's my allocated budget, for the income.
So this is happening annually, you're saying, right?
Yeah.
Do
You have
do
30
that-
seconds
do you have
left.
a calendar year? Do you have like a fiscal year? What are you doing?
It's a calendar year, regular
So you do it
calendar,
at the end of the
standard
year.
calendar.
So after
Yeah.
Christmas, you started compiling this.
Yes, that's correct. So this is the last slide.
Okay.
How do I compensate the unfavorable amounts? Like how do I make up for them?
Yeah.
So I eat, sometimes I eat very well at lunch. Sometimes I bring my own food if I have a loss for the
You
year.
never run no food up in here. That's
No.
a lie.
I do. I did it last year. when I went to had a job. So, or other words, I
Well,
could
we're
invest
talking
in.
about here.
Oh, sometimes, or my other option is to invest in CDs.
What kind of CDs?
Some in the bank, my local bank.
Okay.
I want some, I want to make up for the amount, so I do that. Or the third option is the call options.
Oh,
Which,
you're playing a little risky.
yeah.
now,
I was getting
aren't
ready
you?
to say, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Is that what you do with your money?
Yeah.
Thank you for your time.